That's like when we went on the podcast at the Riff, and so do you want to do like what they call it? You're listening to WRIF, that thing. Like we couldn't. It's like
you're listening to WLLZ. What?
Yeah, the wheels, baby.
Okay, wait, we'll get into that in a second. I'll do the introduction, but make sure you keep that part at the front of it because I want to discuss it more after we do the introduction.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Here's the Scoop. I'm Derek Springer.
I'm Josh Davis.
I'm John Normandin.
All right. Fantastic. Excellent. So as I was saying, I don't know if you guys will remember this. Do you remember WOMC's commercials?
No.
I remember the call letters, but I don't know if I remember the commercial.
Well, they used to do this. It was always on TV, and they had one of their DJs on, and the voiceover guy would go, "What would Detroit be without WOMC?" And then it would like the DJ would show up on screen and just go, "Detroit." It's so dumb, but it's funny.
It is.
It's one of those ones that kind of sticks with you,
I don't remember that radio station. I remember Riff and then Z-Rock.
WOMC, I want to say
wasn't it like oldies?
Yeah, I think it was oldies.
Like old rock kind of?
Yeah.
Like classic rock.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Well, what's considered classic rock now?
Nirvana.
No, not Nirvana. This is more
that
like
t-shirt company?
Early Bob Seger shit.
Yeah. They make great shirts.
They do, yeah.
Oh my God. So what's the good word, gentlemen? What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. Tune in next week and
next weekend.
Sleep deprived, but doing good over here. Got
Same
the night
here.
off, so
For some reason, I woke up at 6:00 this morning.
oh,
that's gross.
On my day off.
Ugh.
It's like getting old is just punishment, constant punishment. My hands are sore because of the weather changing. My knees hurt all the time. My back hurts when I try and stand up too fast. And now I'm waking up at 6 a.m. on my day off. This is bullshit.
Next, you're going to start eating dinner at 4.
Oh no, that'll never happen. In fact, I still haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm going to eat dinner after we're done with this.
I think when we're finished here, I'm going to eat my second dinner and then do some cleaning.
Second dinner, nice.
Oh, John, man, we got...
for those who didn't know, John is a hobbit.
Yeah, apparently. When it comes to food, anyway. Hobbit, yeah. They've got the right idea.
Oh, I hear you.
I do live in a hole in the ground.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah,
that's
fair enough, yeah.
That's where you're currently at right now.
Yeah, but no, we got tacos from this place across town, and we've only gone there a few times, but it's been really good. But I opted to go a different direction tonight, so I got like a bean and rice protein bowl, but then I got it loaded up with Tex-Mex ground beef, a whole bunch of veggies, including the pickled variety like onions and jalapenos and whatnots, and then all sorts of sauces and cheeses flung on there.
Excuse me, I believe it's pronounced jalapenos.
Yeah, jalapeno poppers.
Jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was massive. I mean, massive. I ate half of it, and I said, all right, I'm tapping out. I'm going to put this in the fridge, and I'll go back at it a little later.
That's how you know it's good.
Later-ish.
That's how you know it's good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of food, since you guys are coming up here next weekend,
yes,
I, of course, will be providing, sustenance. So while we're on this, let's discuss what do you guys want to eat? What sounds good? Do you want to eat while we're rehearsing, or do you want to maybe go get dinner after, or what do you guys want to do?
Oh, let's get dinner after that. We've never
Dinner
done
after?
that before. Yeah.
Yeah,
Should we?
we could do that. We can
Yeah,
absolutely
okay.
do that. I'm down if you guys are.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen.
Excellent.
Also,
Excellent.
yeah, we should talk more details. And
like what time we're going to get
Yeah.
together, that kind of thing.
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
what
yeah.
time?
I feel like that would be
and
useful information.
Right.
who all is welcome to stop by.
Why? Who all are you planning on inviting?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
I have literally not thought about it, but
Fair
I'm
enough,
thinking
fair
about it now.
I've been
Well, go ahead, Josh.
I've been down this road before with Johnny. You know,
Yeah.
we're like I open the door to my garage and like just a steady stream of people just walking in.
Ah!
We've all been there. Well, just keep in mind the whole purpose of this get together is to actually work on stuff, on new stuff, So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
kind of the priority.
But well, no, I was just thinking off the top of my head. I mean, Coop and Greg and Willow are invited to swing by, right?
Naturally, yeah.
Okay. And then I thought maybe we could let Mo and John know that we were going to be around in case they wanted to drop by. But that was pretty much the only.
It works for me.
Okay, yeah, that works for me. Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like we need to, if we're doing this, we need to spend some quality time touching helmets and such.
Yeah, working on
Getting ideas, yeah.
music.
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
I
mean,
yeah.
I don't want to just distract from the other activities, but
Oh yeah, it'd be yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe,
Oh.
yeah.
Not even holding my fingers in the camera. I was like, well, I mean, it's getting me hard.
well then, job done.
Apologize.
Shut it down. Black the screen. We're done.
Thanks for scooping with us for apparently the last time.
So yeah.
the next episode's gonna just be John sitting down in his basement. Go, guys.
And then you guys can put out an episode, a spin-off show where you're just like, oh, I'm so glad John's not here.
Fantastic.
And I'll subscribe and I'll cry and I'll watch every episode.
Outstanding.
And jerk off too. You'll jerk off too. I mean, that's implied. but,
Implied,
yeah. Oh
You
man.
know
So
what they say? Great minds finish each other's.
Wank-offs?
sandwiches.
Bingo.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah. It's just, I mean, you should know it's always sandwiches with me.
Always.
Oh, okay.
Josh, you've known him. You've known John longer than I have. You should know this by now.
Yeah, that's
Do I
true,
need to
that's
stand up and jiggle my belly for you?
I would appreciate
Where I
that.
keep them. I've told the story before. I'm sure to each of you. I don't know if I've told it in any of the episodes of the podcast. When I was working at the porn store that was attached to the strip club up on the the crest of the north end of Port Huron.
It was deja vu, everybody. Just so you
yeah.
know, it was deja
was
vu.
deja vu.
You know, I mean, I feel like they wouldn't be too upset to hear about this.
No.
And what are they going to do? Fire you?
Yeah. Anywho's, there was a night that I was working there, and Charlie and Coop, and I'm not sure if Josh, were you? I don't even know. You might have been there, or you might have been gone to the army.
I went there a couple times.
Yeah, well, like this particular time, it was. I remember Charlie was really drunk. Like he was not the wheelman. There was a designated driver, but Charlie was trashed, and they had just come from the bar because we were open until like 4:00 in the morning. And so that was a common occurrence, because they didn't sell alcohol there because the girls went fully nude.
Yeah.
And so we would get around 2:30, an influx of unruly, drunken, horny people. And this time Charlie was included there. And he brought me like a sub sandwich from a gas station,
Right.
And I was like, oh man, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm starving, sitting here eating, at 3:00 in the morning now. And then I found out like the next day, I think it was the next day or something, that
You fucked the sandwich.
huh?
You fucked the sandwich.
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
found it sitting on the windowsill outside at the Active downtown. And I ate it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like,
No, I
and,
never heard this story
No, I
before.
never heard that either.
hindsight, you think like I didn't scrutinize that packaging in any way. Like, was it open? And I just like didn't notice and ripped into it because I thought that this came from a store, not
and also from somebody you trusted.
right. Yeah, not picked up drunk off the brick ledge out in the bar.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was
Fantastic.
pretty crazy. It's hilarious
Good Lord.
now, though.
I only went there twice when you were there. One time, I both times I think it was with Charlie, or one time was with Charlie, and one time you called me and said, "Hey, come on up here," and I went up there just to shoot the shit with you.
Oh yeah,
But I remember walking in. The first time I walked in, you were standing behind the counter, giggling like a little schoolgirl. When I
Sounds
came
right.
walking, and I look, and I just walk over on the other side of the register, and there's this little wind-up dick just bouncing across the bouncing across the counter. Should have had little googly eyes. And then
Oh, yeah.
the second time, and I'm absolutely certain the second time was I did go there by myself. You had called me and was like, "Hey, come on up," and I'm like, "Okay." You're like, "I'm bored. Hang out with me." Got you covered. So I went up there, and when I walked in, we were standing there talking, and that one girl, Linda, I can't remember what her last name is, had long red hair, and she worked with us at Foresight as well. It doesn't matter what her last name is. She probably wouldn't appreciate us putting that on here anyway. She walks in and like stops at the door as soon as she sees me with the deer in the headlights look. Like I'm gonna be like, I give a shit. You're working, making money. Why would I care, right? But it was like total deer in the headlights look, and then she just goes, "Hi, Derek." And I went, "Hey, what's up?" And she like beeline right back out of there. And I was like, "Okay, cool." So the next day, you came into work, John, at Foresight. And you're like, "Hey, guess what? Guess what happened? Guess what happened?" I said, "What?" She goes, and you go, "You know that chick Linda?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "She was like an hour after you left, she was giving some dude a lap dance, and she fell off the couch and hit her head, and she had to go to the hospital." You remember what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, now I do. Now I do. Yeah.
So apparently CME fucked up her game, but like there was this whole thing where we were planning. I was going to bring my old hockey helmet in and leave it on her desk.
Yeah.
Put this on before you drown on people.
Oh, but I ended up not doing it.
Yeah.
Carrie
like-
talked me out of doing it.
If she would have taken it, you should have gone to the club and gotten a lap dance from her.
Hard pass.
Like lock eyes with her while she's grinding on you and just be like, "This is better, right? You feel safe, right? Feels good, right?"
OSHA
Oh,
would approve.
Yeah.
Right. Get her some shoulder pads too, just be extra careful.
Well, I have another story about her because I knew her before she started working at Foresight. through my buddy Anthony.
Oh yeah.
And when we were living in the back apartment here, and he was dating what would eventually become his wife, we were all hanging out watching a movie, and she came over with her boyfriend, whose name I can't recall, and I'm not sure how Anthony and his girlfriend knew her, but they knew her. I think she went to school with Anthony's girlfriend, and that's how they knew each other. Well, they come over, and then we put on some music, and all of a sudden, like, she just walks away from her boyfriend and starts doing like this weird, sexy dance and shit, like, and just making direct eye contact with me. And I'm like, no, absolutely not, because you look like you're about 12 years old, for one, and two, that's your boyfriend over there. That's going to be a hard no. Not long after, we're like, okay, you guys got to go because we're making dinner now. Bye.
You're weirding everybody out.
No shit. No shit. Oh, man. So what stories you got about that place, Josh?
Oh, I really didn't spend a lot of time there.
Neither did I, but I still got 2 good stories out of it.
Oh, right. Okay.
I actually have a third one that didn't involve me going there, but I'll get to that in a minute. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a couple. Yeah. So, yeah, we would go there sometimes after school, like high school.
Yeah.
Like
They weren't real strict about checking ID back then, were they?
Well, I was 18. Charlie was 18.
Okay.
I started getting in there when I was like 17. It was hit or miss, but
yeah. And yeah, so I don't know if it was after band practice or we were just hanging out and we were like, let's go to, Deja Vu at 4:30 in the afternoon. So
the afternoon shift, that's going to be hot.
Right. So we go in, pay our cover, go sit down, and people, the ladies come over. They're like, would you like to buy the lady a drink? And we're like, no, because
fucking no,
because we don't have any money. Because
we were hoping they were going to buy us one.
Yeah.
And then, so one time during the dancer's routine, she covers herself up and gives us the finger.
What did you do?
We were broke.
So because you didn't throw any money at her, she was like, fuck you guys, I'm out.
No drinks, no tips.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's rough, man. That's rough.
No drinks, no tips, no eyes on these lips.
Fantastic. All right, so the third story is like the day after John started working there. I was here at home, and John, you remember Rhiannon?
Yeah.
She had this regular thing, like once every couple of weeks or so, she'd call me up and be like, I'm heading to Taco Bell. You want anything? And then she would come here and just bring Taco Bell, and we would hang out and shoot the shit. So one day she does this. We had just finished eating, and almost immediately after we were done, John's car comes pulling up in front of my house. And he comes boogieing in, knocks on the door, like, hey man, what's up? He's like, hey, what's going on? And he spots Rhiannon. He's like, oh, hey, what's up? He says, I said, how's your new job going? He goes, oh man, you're gonna love this. Puts his paper bag down on my living room floor and starts pulling out stacks and stacks of porn DVDs.
Yeah. No, that was actually not long before I quit there.
Was it? I thought that was
fired.
I thought that was
early
on
because... No, it took a long time before I was walking out like that. But
oh yeah, he pulls out.
But I definitely did do that.
There had to be like 20 or more DVDs, and then he reaches into the bag and starts pulling out rubber dicks, and Rhiannon's like, I gotta go now.
It's like, no, you don't.
we want a women's perspective on these videos. Sit down.
That's like that. That's like that Family Guy clip. It's like, I'm gonna watch all these movies, and it's like 20 seconds later, I never want to see these movies ever again.
Yeah.
I've had a few movies like that. Oh, speaking of which,
Oh,
that reminds me,
God.
there's a new Riff Tracks movie, guys.
Oh,
It's called, I believe it's called The Amazing Bulk.
oh, that doesn't sound.
Oh,
Good.
just the trailer from it is straight up garbage, man. Basically, someone tried to make a low budget version of The Incredible Hulk, but they did everything with the exception of the 3 or 4 actors that are in it. Well, I call them actors, but that's a reach. But like everything, it was all done on green screen, and all the backgrounds, all the cars, all the monsters, all the buildings, everything is like is like it looks like low budget VR from like 1994 or somewhere around there.
Ooh,
So everything
yikes.
just looks like a hot bucket of ass, and and the monster itself is just, oh my god! It's just, you have to, when you get a chance, go watch the trailer. I will send you guys the link to the trailer because I kid you not, you're going to be like, we have to watch this movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that
Nice.
you're going to be like, I need to watch this from beginning to end just to see what the hell is what caused this. It just looks like, I mean, it looks like straight garbage. It looks like Sega CD quality type stuff, trying to do 3D animation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's that one's going to be added to the collection. Count on that. And of course, I'll be getting it in HD because you want the suckiness to come through nice and clear.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right, wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I got yelled at by both Annie and Abby for my choice of accommodations for next weekend, and then I had to change them.
Yeah.
Because I'd used my Expedia points, and I was like, "Ooh, I could get the Days Inn on Pine Grove for $9." Right?
Dude, there's a reason for that.
Right.
That place has been busted so many times recently for like drug dealing out of the rooms and shit like that.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a good thing Abby and Annie shot that idea down.
Yeah.
It's just
Daddy picked up a hooker, 2 bullet holes, and a chemical dependency, and poured it out.
So a basic trip.
$9 a night. $9 a night. I'm a financial panther.
God.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
At least before we get together.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause, priorities and all that.
Right.
Yeah. So speaking of priorities,
Real quick,
we've
you know what?
curated-
Just out of spite, I might just come up the weekend after and stay at the Days Inn for a couple of days.
Oh my god. Is your life insurance policy up to date?
It is.
It's
And-
free
And
chlamydia
am I
with
your
every
sole
reservation.
beneficiary?
Oh my god!
No, I was going to say. So we've curated our guest list, and we decided dinner after
Mhm.
jamming.
Mhm.
Where dinner?
An excellent question.
Hmm.
I mean, being as it'll be Saturday, our options are pretty much open.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we could always hit Ted's because that's never a bad choice. There's Nick's Four Roses. I mean, this is just stuff that's nearby.
Yeah.
Nick's Four Roses. There's the usual, fast food garbage.
Oh yeah, no, that ain't it.
Yeah, or we could hit somewhere up on the north end. There's a lot of options available there. I mean, Whatever sounds good, you know. Anybody jump in anytime so we don't have all this dead air and we don't have to listen to Josh's heater. It's not yours, or is it John's? John, is that your heater running?
Oh yeah, mine's not.
Oh
running.
yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, it's John's. I'm sorry, my bad.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, I'm good with Ted's or whatever. I was trying to think of anything on the north end.
Oh, let me see. There's Buffalo Wild Wings. There's Ruby Tuesday. Oh wait, no, I think Ruby Tuesday is closed. There's Olive Garden.
Oh, not Ruby Tuesdays.
Maybe I don't know. It's been a while since I've been up there.
I can't imagine they're still going.
Chili's, Culver's. There's
Culver's. Yeah. Ooh, I could do. I could do some Chili's. Oh yeah.
Chili's. Yeah.
I do like Chili's. Yeah.
Want a little bit of Chili's? There's
I got some
their
Chili's.
Southwest spring rolls are the business. I'm just gonna say that right there.
Oh. I wonder why they call it the North End. It's Fort Gratiot.
Because it's still part of Port Huron. It's the north end of town. Fort Gratiot is not an actual town.
Oh, it's not.
Like hardly anybody lives there.
Right.
It's basically a business district.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that soul food place is up there too, up at the mall.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I did not know that. I thought it was a completely separate city.
Nope. I mean, it's a cripes. What do they call it? I don't want to say township. It is a township, but it's still part of Port Huron, as far as I know.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, well, I guess
The things you learn, huh?
I know. You learn
I'm
something new every
probably
day.
completely wrong.
Well, that's all right. I refuse to learn it anyhow.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Well, then, by all means, disregard what I just said.
I'll just hedge my bets and believe whatever I want.
Just keep calling it the North End. That's all we need to worry about. But yeah, like there's buttloads of stuff up there. There's a Mexican place that does actual real, like handmade Mexican food instead of like Taco Bell, where they just shovel garbage into a shell and then turn it up with some
Throw it out the window.
with some fucking caulk guns,
Some sawdust.
sour cream. There you go.
Extra on mine, please.
Hang on, Dave's coming back from the construction site with some sawdust for our meat.
Ooh, sweet.
We'll stir that shit in, homie.
We're gonna make those refried beans last longer.
Oh, yeah. What was that one restaurant, Johnny? Back before I joined the Army, I think my senior year. Like we were hanging out at I think Jay Bunn's place, his apartment, or with Chad. And so we helped this guy that got his car stuck in the snow. So we group of us pushed him out. Then he was like, "Hey, come to this restaurant my family owns. It will you could eat for free, right?"
Sweet.
So we did. It was a Mexican place,
Okay.
and they actually served us. We all had a shot of tequila. Remember that?
I don't know the place.
Not there anymore.
I didn't think they were. But you remember that?
Vaguely?
Okay. Exactly.
It's so hit
That's
or
not
miss
bad.
anymore.
He's done worse. That's not bad. You know.
Yeah. That's actually pretty. Yeah, that's actually pretty vanilla.
You know.
So it's like,
I'm impressed. Oh man. So, how's your week been, Johnny? You a little bit tired? You a little bit getting more comfortable with the job, or?
Yeah, it was a rough week this week.
Why's that?
Well, I was doing more because these first few weeks I've been probably 75-25, with the majority of my time spent just stocking, which is, I mean, I've had to, learn the layout of a new store, but I still have a general idea of, what stuff needs to go on a cart together because it makes sense to work it at the same time, and, this and that, and, all the particulars of how we stock haven't really changed too much. But like this last week, I've been doing a lot more resets, and in particular, been doing resets over on because when we stock, it's 99% of it takes place on the grocery side of the store.
Right.
But when we do resets, it can be anywhere. And so like the health and beauty care, they call it the HBC sections, like that stuff is a nightmare. And
well, there's a lot of little tiny things.
That's a part of it. There's a lot of things like that add up to it just being a rough go. Like, because they send you these planograms, and some of them, well, everything in there is broken down into 4-foot sections.
Right.
So within each 4-foot section of an aisle on each side, you've got however many shelves in that section. And when there's sets like these, and you're getting into like the eye care, which is tiny boxes with tiny bottles of eye drops and, this and that, you could be looking at in this 4-foot section anywhere up to like 140 different products if they're, small enough.
Yeah.
So we do these resets, and shelf heights don't always stay the same. Sometimes you have to add or remove shelves. And then they have these things called pushers, which they've been redesigned actually in a really smart way since I last worked there. So it's pretty cool.
Those are those things that, like, when you take one out, it pushes it forward.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And like they used to be this really brittle, like cream colored plastic, and there were rails that would mount onto the front of the shelves that you would have to tack into place with these weird little plastic. I don't know what the word for it is. It's not a bushing. Whatever. you attach them to the shelves. They're kind of a pain to put in, kind of a pain to take out.
Okay.
And then these pushers lock into place, but they're not very precise. They have teeth on them, so you can only do so much. And now these new kind, they're black and clear acrylic. They just set into place on the front side of the shelf, so you don't have to attach anything. They just have little spines that anchor it in, so it lifts in, lifts out. And now these pushers themselves have really fine little teeth and a little like a little catch on the front. So if you flick it up, it's free to move along the track, and if you flick it down, it locks into place right there. So it's a lot better to work with, but still, like, each section they have all these different products that they supposedly measured, and they supposedly have the right dimensions for everything to fit, and runs along with the shelf tags and all this stuff, but things don't always fit right. Things always need to be adjusted, and it seems like the estimation of man hours that they give you for these HBC sets, it almost always takes longer than they say that it should.
Of course.
And like there's a lot of potential for gross shit over there. Like you run into nasty stuff like leaking, like a hair care product that's been leaking, like slow leaking on the shelf for 2 months in the back because nobody saw it.
Right.
And, so you have to clean that up. And then we were doing feminine hygiene products which are along the sidewall of the store, right next to the door for the garden center. And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of, grocery store and like home store, combinations, places like that, there are birds that live in all of them.
Oh yeah.
And those birds, the majority of them come and go through the garden center doors.
But at the Walmart here in town, there's always birds flying around in there. Always.
Oh yeah. 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 Some have more birds than others, but there are always birds there.
Always.
But like, so I'm getting up onto these top shelves that, like they get stocked, but not the best. They don't get much attention. Mm-hmm. They're right over there. So there are like feathers and dander and dust everywhere. So, like you have to clean it a bit, you have a sneezing fit, and like there were these fixtures, these like MaxiPad displays that we had to they had to come out, and then we had to put in 2 shelves for regular products and stuff in their place. These things were gigantic, and they had been there for, I would imagine, at least 18 months, and nobody had ever pulled them out and cleaned behind them. So yeah, it's like feathers and dust, like hairs, not dust bunnies, like dust hairs.
Yeah.
Like, it was some wild shit, but it was fun though. I mean, I got a workout this week. I had to do a reset on they call it isotonics, but it's all like sports drinks. So Gatorade, Powerade, Prime, all that nonsense. And it was like a 24-foot section that I did by myself, and it didn't take too long because I was pretty quick with it, and I figured out like the stuff at the end was going on clearance and all getting yanked out of there, and then half of the stuff, like 12, 14 feet or so, was sliding down to take its place, and then new stuff was going in that middle section. So like I had to lug so much, Gatorade and such. Like I'm definitely I'm noticing that my pants my pants are fitting better this week, I'm noticing. So that's nice. That's a win. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Groovy. What about you, Josh?
Oh, geez. Yeah. So the week prior, I went down to Tennessee, and then
and you did not hug Grandma like we asked you to.
No, because I love my grandma, and I will not, subject.
We want to love your grandma too, but you won't give her the love we want to give her.
Yeah, your perverted whims.
Our wanton desires.
You won't show her the love we want you to show her.
Yes. It's like that meme of the dude, the blonde guy with the beard. Yes. Yeah.
Just that one. That's Robert Redford, right?
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it like the mountain guy with
No.
Like
oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different one then. The one I'm thinking of is the one where the guy is like turned this way and just kind of looks at the camera and just does one of these jobs. You know what I'm talking about?
I know that one. Yeah, I know that one.
That's Robert Redford.
Oh, okay. No, what I was talking about was like the blonde guy. He has with the blonde beard, and like his usually somebody saying just arguing with him. He's just like, yes.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I think I'm trucking with you.
Yeah. So I'll send an example later. But
we're gonna have shit flying back and forth after this.
But yeah, so we got back on a Wednesday. Then I worked 2 days, and then Abby came down for the weekend. So that was a busy weekend, and then a full week of work. And today is my first real, day off. So
nice.
Yeah, so it was a lazy Saturday.
Oh, that's good, man. That's really good.
Sometimes that's what you need, man. Last Saturday for me was my lazy Saturday. I slept pretty much the entire day.
Oh, nice.
Like I woke up, I ate, I checked a few things on online and then laid down. And I'm like, I'm just going to lay down for an hour. This was around noon. Like, I'm just going to lay down for an hour. And when I woke up, it was 5:30. I was like, okay, all right.
So that's what we're doing.
That's what happened today. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I took her to the Polish supermarket, which I really enjoy, and
Ooh.
it was like a field trip because I hadn't been there in a while, and everything was amazing to her. We
I
walked
apologize
past.
Oh,
for
that
rubbing
sounds
my eyes.
delightful.
Yeah, we walked past the deli, and I showed her all like the massive amounts of just different varieties of sausages. Just
I was just going to ask, did
hanging
you
on
buy any
display.
sausages?
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
You
we
better
did.
have. Okay.
All
And then-
right.
And then we're like, oh my god, there's like an entire barrel of next to the salad bar is like a barrel of sauerkraut. Like an actual
Oh,
barrel.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a really cool place. They got all sorts of neat stuff there.
That was awesome.
Nice.
But I have had a nap like that before, like what you're talking about, Derek. When I was in Germany, I went to lay down at 6:30 p.m.
Mhm.
for a little nap, and I woke up at 6:30. Oh, well, not 6:30, but I laid down at 6:30 p.m. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like, well, I guess I'll go to formation now.
I'm good and rested.
I was like, that was a nice nap. What the hell?
Yeah. It's even worse during the winter because after when it snows and we spend the whole day shoveling snow and all that, I really, really, when I come home, the first thing I want to do is just lay down, take a little hour-long nap. But the problem is I'll lay down and I'll take that hour nap, and then I'll wake up and it's dark outside, and my I'll set it for I'll lay down at 6 and I'll set my alarm for 7, and I'll wake up and I'll see the clock says 7 and I look outside and it's dark. I'm like, oh fuck, I slept through the whole thing. I'm running late. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Check the clock. Okay, it says PM. We're good. I've done that. Every winter I do that at least 4 times. Oh man, my own week has been pretty uneventful. It was a pretty easy week at work. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on for a change.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because the week before it was all nothing but craziness because we'd had city inspectors in 2 weeks before that, and they went through every single unit and they marked down every single thing that needed to be fixed. Plus, they've changed some of the requirements for housing through the city. So last week it was all, let's fix all this stuff and we'll make these changes that the new rules require. So there was a lot of 3 of us running into one townhouse and you go upstairs, you go in the basement, and I'll take care of the main floor. And we'll get everything all fixed. And we got pretty much all of it done. There's still a couple minor things that need to be fixed, but we got it all finished.
Hell yeah.
So this week was kind of like a, take it easy, let's not kill ourselves week.
Yeah.
But as you guys saw from the pictures that I sent, the shop kitten or the shop cat who adopted us had her kittens. We knew something was up because she was starting to get fat, and then she got super fat, and we're like, oh yeah, she's totally pregnant. And what was it? Monday when I came in, she'd had her kittens, and she had 6 of them, and 2 of them did not make it.
Oh yeah.
And when Corinthians got there, he got there before I did, and he said he was walking up to the shop, and there was 2 kittens just outside the little box that Jake had made for her. And so, she's like, these are no good. And so Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like the footage that you see on nature documentaries of like birds throwing the small one out of the nest.
Yes, these kittens
Like,
could
well,
not
bye.
fly. These
Oh,
kittens could not fly. So he buried them out behind the shop. And but like ever since she had the kittens, like every time I come into work in the morning, there's always like these mysterious bowls and little paper plates and stuff all around this little shelter that we have for her. And like we've been feeding her too. We got her some dry food and some wet food.
Everybody's feeding her,
But like everybody else is like sneaking shit out there when we're not there.
oh.
That's why at first we thought she was just getting fat, because not only were we feeding her, but she was going around, hitting every place else on the property that had food. Plus, some of the residents would bring stuff outside for her and set it outside. And so,
Yep.
it's a wonder she doesn't weigh 200 pounds just from that. And then now that she's pooped out her kittens, they just keep bringing more stuff. Like they're leaving. What's the word that I'm thinking of?
Side of beef.
No, like when they leave shit at the base of a statue, tribute. They're leaving her tribute. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
A whole cow.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she could take it down. Watching her eat is something. And so there's that, and we've already found one person who's going to take one of the kittens, and it's just a matter of finding somebody to take the other ones. So hopefully,
I got 3 left. I'll juggle them.
Woohoo! Kitten jugglers, the worst.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen The Jerk? Have you ever seen The Jerk?
Oh yeah.
Juggling.
Watch it up.
I've heard about this.
Oh man, I could go for watching that again soon.
Oh, it's such a good movie. Like every once in a while, something will come up on like my Twitter feed or my Facebook feed that's a reference to some movie or another, and I'm like, man, I haven't watched that in a long time. I should really watch that. And then I don't. I'm like, I've got all these hard drives. Like 2 of them are filled with TV shows and 2 of them are filled with movies. And I always keep the TV show ones on because normally when I go to bed, I don't want to fire up a movie because when I wake up in the morning, I'll be watching something terrible.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? We should do an updated reimagining of that. Was it a Bruce Springsteen song? 57 channels and nothing on. Do you guys remember that at all?
It sounds
we can
familiar.
Update it. Hard drives.
57 hard drives and nothing on. Let's see.
I mean, that song sucked, but
it is Bruce Springsteen.
And it sucks.
It is called 57 channels and nothing on. So
oh wow.
Good call, Johnny.
Parenthetical?
The and nothing on? Yes, it's parenthetical.
I do love a good parenthetical.
Outstanding.
Oh, we should update it and give it a punky spin.
57 streaming services and nothing's on.
57 streamers.
57 streams.
Hell yeah. And we'll send them all up the river.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be sorry. That's our thing now. We're just going to take everybody down. But in a fun way.
Right up the river.
Oh yeah.
Take them down up the river.
Take them down up the river. There it is. There it is.
Taking you down up the river.
Taking you down. Oh, well, hold on. Taking you down on up the river?
Yeah.
Or taking you down up the river?
Both.
because both of them are funny, but we have to pick. We
Taking
have
you
to pick
down
one.
on up the river. I think the more nonsense, the better.
Taking you on down on up the river.
That might be too many ons.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to workshop it.
This is what 70% of our get together is going to be next week. It's just us sitting around a table going, all right, so hear me out. Taking on it up on down the river on.
I like it.
Print the t-shirts.
We should have someone take minutes.
Oh man, I would feel sorry for anybody who has to do something like that for us. Are you hearing me, Craig? You son of a bitch.
Well, see, that's the thing. We don't know.
We don't.
Gregory. You're gonna get sent to your virtual room.
Craigleford.
And I know how much you love cookies because you're an internet robot and you're not gonna get any.
No cookies for you.
I will drop your bit rate. You'll be unrecognizable.
Rate. You'll be all
drop
pixelated. You'll be all pixelated and weird.
Drop it like it's hot.
Maybe drop it like it's, I don't know, lukewarm.
There we go.
Don't want to go overboard. Don't want to go overboard. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Let's not get
Understood.
crazy. I don't want to get crazy here.
Fair is fair.
Anyway, so other stuff, as I showed you this morning, or this afternoon rather, I got that big box of action figures from Jake.
Hell yeah.
I was when he brought it over, he brought it to me at work rather. I was like, he's looking around the shop. He's like, I need a box. I said, well, how big? He's like, I don't know. And he found one. And he's like, okay, cool. This ought to do it. I'm like, okay. He goes, yeah, because I got some stuff for you. I was like, okay.
Oh,
He goes to lunch. When he comes back, he comes with the box. and he hands it to me, and man, it was heavy. And I open it up. It's only about half full, but still, it's a good sized box. So half full is pretty impressive. And I start kind of like pulling shit out and going, okay, cool. I don't have any of these Marvel ones, and I have some of the Star Wars ones, but they're ones that you can, like stormtroopers and stuff, so you can have multiples of those. It's no big deal.
And you can blow them up with firecrackers or melt them in the hot sun with a magnifying glass.
It's way more fun to do that with the old style Battlestar Galactica guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I lived down in Texas, my brother and I had a bunch of them. We had like 12-inch tall Cylons, and we had the ships, and we had the little action figures too. And we rode to Denton on our bikes, which was about 2 hours away. And there was a go-kart track there. And right outside the go-kart track was a tent where this guy was selling firecrackers all year round.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So we would go there and we would buy bricks of black cats. And then we would ride back home. And then we would go out to this area. I don't know what it was officially called, but it was just like this big, like empty, like mostly sand. It was like a dumping type area, but it wasn't like full of garbage or anything like that. It was, and people would ride their bikes around there, and people would bring their Jeeps and run them in the holes and shit like that. And we would take the firecrackers and we'd like stuff our bags with action figures and stuff like that. We would just take them to them, stand them up out in the sand, light them, and then run away and watch them explode. So that was always fun.
Oh yeah.
They called the trails, the whole area around there, they called it King Kong. And that was mostly because of the Jeep people, because there was hills and then there was these deep holes that they were trying to get into. We saw a Jeep tip over there, roll over on its top a couple times. That was fun.
Nice.
And also, my favorite part, there was one big pit, and I don't know if it was local newsstands or local printer or what, but they would drive a truck out there like once a month or so and just dump a whole, like, shitloads of porno magazines in there. And not like classy stuff like Hustler and Playboy. was like jugs and like
Flat Dangle
like
Monthly.
High society.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that classy.
Oh,
but like it was just like piles and piles of dirty magazines all over, which is why it was probably so popular with the kids who rode their bikes there. Because God knows I got my share of them out of that.
This one's called "Come" with a K.
Ooh, it sounds foreign. Let's check it out. But yeah, man, that was the Texas equivalent of finding porn in the woods.
Yeah, well, I mean,
this is finding porn in the trails.
Of finding oil under your house.
Absolutely. Oh man, but yeah, so I ended up. Well, you guys saw the pictures. I ended up with a buttload of cool new action.
You did, yeah, absolutely.
The ones that really surprised. There's Hulk and the Thing, and holy shit, those things are huge, man. Those things are like 10 inches tall. All the rest of them are like 6 inches. Fucking the Thing with his arms up. He just fucking hangs over everybody. It was kind of scary.
You heard it here first, everybody. Derek is the proud owner of a 10-inch Thing.
That's right. Ladies. Excellent.
Well, shit, that's probably a good spot to wrap her up.
Right. Fantastic. Well, then, on that note, gentlemen, unless anybody's got anything else to add,
we're pretty great. Next week is going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Oh,
heck yeah!
Bring your laptop, and Josh, you bring your laptop too, and we'll record. Here's the scoop at rehearsals, and we'll do it all at the same table, and we'll just sit.
Oh, very cool.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Bring your microphones and your laptops. We can do this.
Heck yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys, if it's easier, you can always use your phones. I'm sure, like phones and earbuds.
I'm not going to use my phone. No.
Oh, okay.
Laptop, yeah.
Okay. Some kind of hillbilly. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus, John. We're a classy outfit here.
That's right. We are. You dumb motherfucker.
Hey, I'm just trying to make your lives easier. Computer don't fit in your pocket.
No. We're not making things easier.
You guys,
absolutely not.
If you want to go full nerd, I'll go full nerd with you.
Look who you're talking to, John. Look who you're talking to.
Fair enough.
You shouldn't even have to ask. Groovy. Well, on that note, thanks everybody for tuning in for yet another episode of Here's the Scoop. And I don't know. Bye, I guess. John, anything you want to add? Josh, anybody?
See ya.
Yeah, there we are.
It's good that we're wrapping up because my earbud has been chirping at me for like the last 10 minutes that my battery's low.
You should have said something. We could have ended it quicker.
I figured we'd see how. I mean, it's like when you feel like you're maybe going to run out of gas if you don't stop, but you don't want to stop quite yet. So you push it a little further and just see what happens.
Push that gas pedal down a little more. There's got to be some extra in there.
Right? Just a little bit. If you see me,
if you lean forward,
start fingering my ear.
if you lean forward while you're driving, that makes the car go faster, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, you have to lean forward hard and then reset yourself real gentle so it tricks inertia and force and everything.
Yeah, and other sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, gentlemen. Well, I am going to get going so I can make myself some dinner.